There you see the score.
Obviously,
Dick Weber has gone out in front.
Earl struggling. No strikes yet.
There's his first strike coming in the 5th frame.
Real good touch on that shot. The extra speed. Earl, when he's going high, has to go with more speed. Doesn't have time to be playing around out there. He's trailing Dick Weber by 35 pins. He has to put together some strikes. See if Dick can maintain the pace. He was in this position last game. All of a sudden, the ceiling kind of fell in, and he ended up with a 216. Has to extend that lead.
Leading now by 35. Trying for 4 in a row, but leaves the 10 pin.
What a ringing 10.
Take a look at Dick Weber's style from the back.
Watch what Tom Hennessy was talking about when he named him Golden Arm. Just look at that swing. So perfect, so much leverage. Just absolutely devastating. He does not like the reaction when he leaves that solid 10. Talk to him, Dick. That boy.
He picks up the 10 pin. A reminder, ABC Sports will bring you the Glenn Campbell Los Angeles Open Golf Tournament live from the Riviera Country Club in Los Angeles later today, except on the West Coast, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, and tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central, and 2:30 Pacific. The leader going into the 3rd round today was Tom Watson. Johnny Miller's in, Palmer's in, Crenshaw's in. It's a great tournament. Dick Weber on 21. And after that spare in the 5th, has come back with a strong effort in the 6th and has increased his lead over Earl Anthony to 34 pins.
Earl Anthony, a strike up, coming up in the right-hand lane, has to get it going. Dick Weber does not look like he's going to ease up at all. Earl can cut Weber's lead to 14 pins with a strike here in the 6th and 7th. Never count this man out.
All right, 10 in the 5th. Earl Anthony with a double. We're going to take a look at the style that has made this man devastating performer on the tour in the last 2 years.
Just about like Don Carter, except he's left-handed. Short backswing, bent elbow, very low profile, extension, just tremendous accuracy, smooth roll. Now only trailing by 24 pins.
You wouldn't say Earl's becoming a member of the long hair set now, would you?
I think he's trying to change his luck lately on TV.
You see the score. Dick Weber with 119 and a strike up. Earl Anthony, 65 and a double. Oh, thought he had a triple.
Without a doubt, little extra speed. When you do speed up your bowling ball, you're sacrificing carry. The ball deflected when it entered the 1-2 pocket. With Earl's normal speed, he would have carried very easily. Today, because of the condition of the lanes breaking a little sharper, he's having to go with extra speed, will not get that type of carry that he's used to. $346,000, and he's done it in so few years. 6 years, 7 as a member, 6 on the tour.
Earl Anthony gets the 7 pin and has a spare in the 7th game. Dick Weber is a very important ball coming up right here.
He can extend his lead to 35 pins. And you know, Dave, Weber is tied with Don Johnson with the most titles, 24, but Dick Weber has 4 All-Star titles that are not in that. So actually, that is the U.S. Open, the old All-Star, and really is 20, like 28 almost.
Do you think he was ever more glad to see 1 pin fall than that?
Without a doubt. He's struggling on the right-hand lane. Like you said, Dave, he had trouble on that lane last night. Got a great break, broke down the 6-7. Still leads by 25. A routine spare of the 6 pin, but he did have a mental error on the 2 pin. I'm sure he'll go straight and hard at the 6 pin.
Dick Weber with 139 in the 6th and a spare in the 7th.
The last time these two fellows bowled was in the Monroe Max Air Tournament in New Orleans last year, and Anthony defeated Weber in the preliminary matches. So Weber would like to get a little revenge, get his 25th title, and pocket the AMF Pro Classic Championship. Great forte of Dick Weber, the tremendous carry power, that what he calls a wall shot, tremendous spin. He just has more spin on that ball than almost anybody you can believe. head pin comes flying back and knocks out the 5.
And he told me that he doesn't practice very much these days. Only about 20 games a week, he said.
He practiced for this tournament. I think he's fooling everybody. I can tell when Dick Weber's out there to win. I saw it when he came in the building this week.
Earl Anthony responding to the challenge with a strike in the 8th. 25 pins, the difference now between these two. I tell you, you couldn't have a better showdown match than Earl Anthony and Dick Weber.
Without a doubt, but we're coming up to what you and Frank Esposito spoke about last night, the key 9th frame. Earl Anthony strikes here. He can force Dick Weber to double somewhere in the 9th and 10th to shut him out. Earl can win this match a la Fred Connor, come from behind with 4 or 5 strikes at the end. This very, very big ball. Almost a must strike.
And when he must, he do.
Well, that's what makes him so great. That's his, what I call his Dino Supreme shot. He reached back with everything he had and just ripped that rack apart. Fellows on the tour call it shredding the rack. He just took the ball and ripped the 5-pin right out. The lead is now only 15 pins. Dick Weber coming up on his tough lane. Would like to answer that double with a double. It's down to the nitty-gritty. Weber once again getting a little shaky at the end of the match. He did not want to go high, definitely. A split would have been disastrous. Weber played an educated light shot. He was hoping to hit very light in the pocket as he did in the 8th frame and catch the wall shot. Now he has the 1-2 spare. Needs this to maintain his 15-pin lead going into the 10th. Here's the situation. Dick Weber, with 2 strikes and 6 in the 10th frame right now, will win the tournament, shut out Earl Anthony. Anything less than a double, Earl Anthony can come up and win in the 10th frame. It's going to go to the last ball, as it has almost every week. Dick Weber leaving the soft 10, went with a real good shot, did not quite finish. His lead is now 14 pins if he spares, which I feel he'll make this spare. Routine 10-pin will just go right at it. He can finish with a 218. Earl Anthony can win with a double in the 10th. So,
and the man from St. Louis has spared in the 10th, so he'll finish with 210 and change.
it's almost immaterial to count here, Dave. Dick Weber with strike 218. 7 pins is just as good. We give him 215 because it forces Earl Anthony to get at least 2 strikes. Earl's going to need 2 strikes no matter what Weber does. 216. Earl Anthony's destiny is in his own hands right now. He must strike on the next 2 balls. 2 strikes, he's the winner. If he fails to strike in either ball, Dick Weber has his 25th title and once again becomes Pro Bowling's all-time tournament winner by himself with 25 titles and $500,000.
That ain't too shabby.
Nothing more to say. It's all in Earl's hands.
Halfway home.
The first time he showed emotion in his life. This man, Earl Anthony, just stayed there cool. Dick Weber was very aggressive the whole match. Earl, routine like a...
Well, he's finished in the top 5 in 18 of 30 tournaments last year. He was on our television show a record 9 times.
It's this shot. Earl Anthony strikes on this shot. He is the AMF Pro Classic winner. If he does not strike, Dick Weber is the winner. Last ball, the most important ball.
Look at Dick Weber there.
Earl going wide on that shot. Dick Weber is the winner.
Dick Weber the winner, and now a record winner, 25 tournaments.